Welcome, creatures of all ages. I am doing good. I haven't streamed in quite a while, but um, I have decided that this particular thing I'm doing in 2 hours would be better streamed instead of recorded. And I also have been looking forward to getting back into chess. Wait. So, but let me stop you there. Discord is not um Discord is not on my side. Discord voice. Discord audio. Um, yeah, I know. Uh, all right. How about now?
Hello, everyone. This is your faithful Amanda Splatz, the Amanda Splatz Project.
Nobody's here on my end, so no problem. But better late than never. Anyways, what were you saying?
I was just saying that it's great that I have this, because I know usually I stream when nobody's around. I think maybe Temp is out there in the morning because of like where he lives right now, and no Malone was able to come out once or twice, but Malone could do like fucking anything. That dude's amazing. But being able to come out like streaming this afternoon gets me a chance to hang out and stream with people like you, people I might not have otherwise be able to just because of the time, just because we'd be a pathetic fucking wager. So it's awesome to have you out here, man.
Yeah, thanks. Hold on a second. Bodyboard games.
And
Back to
I
that.
and I am really looking forward to the solo campaign thing you're doing after the stream, man. Like I got to get back to work after the stream, but I am definitely going to catch up on it. Absolutely, man. It sounds really compelling.
Thank you very much. I've been recording quite a bit for it. I've been recording an intro and an outro.
Ooh.
A- and uh, uh, Nice thing about I mean, solo role plays are really underrated because this is what people would often do before video games, other than reading men's novels and rotting their brain with stuff like Goosebumps.
Yeah, real men read Fear Street.
Yeah, that's right. Um,
They did. So when we approached us Oscar and do something in the afternoon, I know we don't have a whole bunch of games that overlap, so mine went back to it was over a year ago when Mina Vanilla first reached out for collabs, and she graciously accepted me collabing. This is a website. I'll go ahead and switch to my main stage to show everyone. It's called Buddy Board Games. Why is it not loading it? That's weird. It's a website where I believe it was made back during the pandemic, where you can actually play some classic board games for free. There's no it's a no cost.
write my notes. I'm
Well,
going to try.
what I usually do. Oops, sorry. Was you say when I usually stream, what Salty showed me was, if you have a window open in OBS, if you hold the Alt button and then drag the sides, it will just cut out what it shows instead of resizing it. So I was able to use that to like cut out the URL bar and the scroll bar, make it a little more aesthetically pleasing. Because
Yeah.
I always get paranoid about that autofill. Like I have a VPN, But I get paranoid about the autofill and like what it may reveal about my true soul to these people. Salute.
Yeah, I mean, with my Google Drive, I really should be using my Zosmus Gmail account. Still annoying that forget it. Anyways, so stories about chess. So, originally in the period of British Indophilia in the 1800s, meaning that in the 1800s, British scholars were really interested in uncovering the history of India. Um, and most scholars assume that proto-chess originated there as the game Chaturanga, which is described
Ooh.
in the Mahabharata and Ramayana. This makes sense because ancient India emphasized compartmentalized components of warfare: elephants, chariots, cavalry, and infantry.
Ooh.
But in recent years, this view has been changed, with other scholars suggesting that it originated in Zhao era China as the game Jiangqi, which was mentioned, I believe, by Confucius. Either way, these.
I know the term Jiangxi, but I know it as something else, like
Oh yeah,
as far as like
vampires,
Chinese
right?
zombie. Yeah.
Either way, these early forms of chess appear only in literary forms. The earliest antique chessboard to be excavated actually comes from Persia in the 8th or 7th century.
That's quite a
Um,
while away, man.
Otherwise, it probably had spread across Europe by the 11th century, and this is one of the most notorious stories in what is it in chess history, which is the argument between Canute the Great and Ulf the Jarl, Ulf the Earl or Jarl. So Canute was the ruler of the North Sea Empire. He was the king of Denmark and had an empire that covered Norway, Sweden, and England as well. And he had largely done it with the help of his jarls, such as Ulf. He played a large role as
Ulf the Jarl, correct?
Ulf the Jarl, yes.
Good to know.
So Ulf had played a large role as Knuth's general in his conquest of Sweden, and so the two were close friends. However, then Knut made a bad. Knut and Ulf were playing chess. Knut made a bad move, and Ulf took a knight from him. Knut then put the knight back and said that he wanted to take the move back and play another. In fury, Ulf flipped the table and got up to leave. So Knut called him a coward, and Ulf said, "You didn't call me a coward when the Swedes were beating you like dogs and I came to your rescue."
Oh,
So
brutal.
Knut was enraged, and so he sent one of his housecarls, meaning retainers, to kill him. And the housecarl killed him while he was praying in church.
Over a chess game. Fuck, man.
So yeah, one of the biggest meltdowns over sore losing meltdowns over a game in history.
Yeah, imagine what would happen if they were playing Fortnite. Holy crap.
Like seriously, you know that horror movie that recently came out, Him, which is like horror about football.
Was that one? Yeah, wasn't that one of the Key and Peele guy, but his movies?
No,
I think so.
Jordan Peele produced it, but it was made by Jordan Peele's studio, Monkey's Paw.
Ah,
Basically, um, there's this bizarre story, like a story sort of juxtaposing supernatural horror and football. And I was just thinking, could we somehow do that with esports?
you listen to what's going on these days. There's enough horror going around to esports as it is. Like the whole thing night where that guy was like the only guy on this team who was serious about winning, and everyone bullied him off. It just so much drama, man. Why can't people play the damn game? You're getting paid to play a fucking video game, man. I swear.
I don't know. With my short attention span, if I was asked to play League of Legends 8 hours my short attention span and my anxiety, if I was asked to play League of Legends 8 hours a day and train, I would lose my mind.
Yeah, I haven't even logged 8 minutes into that damn game. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I went ahead and moved while y'all were talking.
Okay. The game starts.
Yeah.
Uh, all right,
It's
let's
real
go.
nice. You don't need to sign up for anything. You just put in your name and then you just make the room by typing in the. I probably shouldn't have shown the room name on screen, but I'll hide the window when we change things over.
All right. Well, it's not like someone can come in and flip the table.
Right, it's already full.
Okay. Let's think like uh, who's one famous chess player?
Uh, Kasparov? No,
I
that's the antivirus. The only one I can think of is like Bobby Fischer.
hmm.
That's because he had the movie where everyone was searching for him.
Okay, so what do I grab it and hold and
You
oh okay.
click it, and it will show you what spaces are available they can move to.
I see.
Hmm.
All right, we
Speed
got
things
a
up a little bit.
bishop. Hmm. Let's see. You know how in chess there's like this point system?
I think so, like in international chess.
Right.
Hmm. But it's been a little while since I played because last time I played chess, it was Carl Malone, and the dude actually completely shut me out. Like I was a little shocked.
Man of many hidden
Oh, here we go.
talents.
Yeah. The only thing he's not hiding is his AI art folder, though. Holy crap! I mean, at least when I make my slop, I have a certain type of slop. I have the dignity to put it in the folder labeled 2016 tax returns.
Huh.
2016 was a good year.
Hmm. Did Age of Ultron come out in that year?
Castle. I forget.
I know that was like the weakest of the Avengers movies.
I'll look it up. Age of. It's a great thing about streaming buddy board games that I can actually look shit up while we're playing because it's my 2013 Marvel Comics Age of Ultron 20. No, that's the comic itself. The movie came out in 2015. May 1st, 2015. 2.5 hours. Tony Stark and Bruce Banner create an AI named Ultron, but it becomes sentient and conclusively mad that we must be destroyed. Wow, that's not prophetic at all. I mean, I do have this weird like love hate relationship with AI because Flavor started out with AI, like with Pippa making those characters in like novel AI. But then I see like what it's doing to the world and driving the prices of everything up. It's just a weird gray area that I don't think a lot of VTubers have because they don't have the history with it like we do.
Right. I'm overall trying to distance myself from the whole thing. I don't hold it against people who are fascinated with it, but like a lot of more cancel happy people are. But I don't know. I maybe it's helpful that I know people who are willing to do cheap commissions.
Fair enough. I mean, I do make them for the thumbnail, but I understand like if I ever get monetized or anything, I would have to stop doing that because essentially AI artwork is like a kind of mishmash, kind of scrapple of other people's artwork. So if I'm just doing it for free, if I'm not making a cent, it's more like fan art than anything else. But if I'm actually going to be monetized like Malone is, I just feel you have to look into other options. Let's see. Oh shit! Check. That was fast.
Oh, the bishop. Right, right, right.
Yep. You ain't beating that bishop, brother.
Okay.
You actually got a few options to get out of this.
Yeah, I know.
That's one of them. It's weird. I got my bishop in enemy territory, but it's still relatively safe because like there's nothing that's directly targeting it. Still trying to remember how to en passant. The rules are real fucking weird. Hmm.
Hmm.
There's just so many angles, so many things you got to keep track of at once.
Yeah, I know.
What's your game here? Hmm. You see, this is why I hate all these pawns. Like they're blocking all the good shit. Like, why do you have to protect the piece that's so much more powerful than you are? At least they got that option. You can move one or two if you want at the beginning.
Yeah, that is nice.
I was trying to make you move your queen back to a safer position. The end game of chess is always something that made me that like been a little difficult for me. Trying to maneuver at least two or three different pieces so you could pin that king right down.
Yep.
Especially since I always start by castling, and that gimps one of my rooks right there.
It's just such a rare move, and it's just so interesting, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's like the only move in chess where you can move two pieces at once. Well, there goes that. Well, now he can't move.
Yep.
At what point do the thing is like, at what point do I eject the castle strategy and just get that rook back out there? Those of y'all who are listening on my side, I've got the I actually don't know what the song sounds like. I just chose one song from the actually really deep, really nice YouTube pre-approved song library. There's like 1,200 songs. There's so much of a vibe. So many vibes, rather. Ooh, nice. You got too much cover. Ah, crap! Nice, nice one. You got to keep your head on a swivel, man. Mm. Yeah, now we just get to the massacre part of the game. We just start dropping like flies. Start pulling out those 500 IQ moves.
Let's see. Let's do this.
Trying to see what you might have pinned down. Taking a risk here. Taking a gamble. Might have them boxed in. I gotta stop talking while I'm playing. You're gonna figure out what my strategy is.
Uh,
Jokes on you, I ain't got one. I'm like Shaggy. I play chess through instinct, super instinct.
Ultra Instinct, yeah.
Yeah, except without the blue hair. Shit. You see, you got so many pieces that are pinning other pieces down. It's like whole cascade if someone moves first. It's like mutually assured destruction. It's fucking great.
All right.
Just waiting to see who pops off first.
Mm, let's see. Careful.
Well, Ikazo. This is a lot harder without the queens.
It really is.
That knight, learn when I first learned how to play chess, getting the knight was one of the harder pieces to wrap my head around. Working on the night moves. Oh, that was slick. Stand there between like you stand between two Starbucks holding a Dunkin'.
I haven't heard that one before.
I just made it up. It's not that good, I'll admit.
Check.
What if, because other than pawns, you don't have anything that can go diagonally. I mean, neither do I, but still. Check.
Wait, you could have
Yeah,
just
no,
yeah, you could have just taken the my king there.
well, now you were blocked by that one pawn.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the game doesn't tell you when you're in check or mate. That it is a little annoying. It'd be nice to have that indicator. And now the haunts comes into play.
All right.
Hmm. So we've neutralized the one on the right. It's different colors, so I won't hit you on one turn, but check.
Wait. All right, all right.
Yeah, the horse just got out of the way. This could be prepared.
Let's check again.
Yep. Neutralize that threat. Thank you for your service. That's weird. You got some kind of error message on my underneath my
Yeah,
nameplate.
same here.
Can't find that room.
Yeah, I see it too.
Now it's not over yet. He could try to force a stalemate.
Yeah, I know.
You know that at that point it would be better than nothing. I think that's check in three
Seems
or
like
mate in
it.
three, brother.
Yeah, I'll concede. I want a
All right,
rematch though. Now that
absolutely,
I
man.
understand the
There we
game a
go.
bit more.
Well, we've actually got. I think we have to end of the game in order to get the rematch done.
Oh,
So you can
okay.
just chunk it out because there. I
Uh,
don't see any reset option. Oh, it doesn't let you choose your piece. It just automatically does queen and mate.
yep.
You see, and now that's where the rematch goes. Well, good game, man.
Good game.
You had me sweating there towards the end. Didn't have enough time for that. I was wondering. That's why I wanted to start with chess. I didn't know if we were going to have enough time to like get a couple games in if we started with something else. But after this, just fill out the time till 2 o'clock. We can check out some of the other stuff too.
All right.
So it looks like it's chosen me as white again.
Yep.
Tell you, there's so much stuff to keep. It's like Darkest Dungeon. There's so much stuff to keep track of. You're guaranteed to forget something.
Yep. Like, I remember when I first got in my first game of Grimrock Future Skirmish with Elf, he completely forgot about no, one high elf model in the top right corner just because it blended in so well with the rock.
Right. I tell you, I do. I haven't been able to make it out to as many of those games as I'd like to because of my schedule and everything. But it's always a hell of a blast. Like, I feel like maybe I try to lean a bit more into the role playing aspect than like other people do. Like, actually try to explore the characters. But the gameplay at Lube itself is pretty simple as well. Simple and entertaining.
I mean, I remember I was telling Puo, all those one of the those spores you got XP in the first in the first game. Give him a backstory. Give this the exploding spore a backstory. And he said, "I made it in the bathroom." And I said, "Wait, my narrative character is named Captain Rias, named after Rias Gremory. So if the spore exploded on her, it would be something you made in the bathroom exploding on Rias Gremory."
Holy shit.
That was like no, that sounds like something out of a bad archive of our own fanfiction.
Holy crap, you're right.
But yeah, Pio
Maybe
is
it's time to
definitely
go
more
back.
interested in shenanigans than he is in lore, which is fine. So there should be something for everyone.
Yeah, that's when you know you got a good group going. Is you got a nice variety and nice. That's why it is so important to have that session zero, where you start out the table, see what everyone needs, everyone's trying to get out of it, what everyone's interests are.
Exactly. Maybe I gave Pio a bit more too much leeway with naming his middle school teacher beer pong.
Oh, that guy's got his own style. Definitely has his own style.
I don't know. I'm not a stickler about lore or a lot of stuff. Um, I don't know, the small details like how beer pong got became a high school teacher is it's small details.
Yeah, well, I know with Sister Rushdown, I just didn't see the character as a teacher, so I was happy you were able to accommodate a little bit something different for her. And I think it kind of worked out well because kind of had her own arc as well, where even though like she may have not initially wanted to put up with the kids, by the end she was putting her literally putting her health on the line to save them. Like she was, I forget the term, like a sister of battle or something, but with the berserker skill, it was used as literally chipping away at her own health in order to guarantee that she hits the opponent. And I think that narratively worked as well as it did as a gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, um, the logic behind why you guys didn't immediately turn into zombies once you got bitten is just I just said damage is just them getting closer to biting you. You never actually got bit.
Yeah. Plus, Sister Rushdown had those big old chains wrapped like the chain. I didn't know what a chain fist was. I'll be totally honest. I thought you just like wrapped her chains around her fists. So if they're biting that, they might just get the chains. They might actually infect anyone.
Yeah.
It's always cool what that kind of stuff like get that going on in the background. I can't always listen to streams while I'm working. Depends on how bad the load is and if there's problem with the trucks and stuff like that. I do logistics over for Desert Salt LLC, and but when I'm able to, it's always something interesting, man. It's always something different going on. It's Awesome Starkest channel. It's a hell of a watch.
Yeah, I mean, I like to tell stories both real and fictitious that often normally would go untold, I guess.
Yeah, it's always good to have that variety. I mean, I know you mostly focus on history, but it's always good to branch out.
Let's see.
It's like I do with the creative writing, the Mahavre project, but I also do like I dedicate Sundays to long form story games, like doing with Disco Elysium right now. That is Disco Elysium is probably one of the most compelling storytelling games I have ever played. It is just absolutely brilliant.
That is from what I've heard. Yeah. All right.
It's kind of a weird configuration to start out with on the board.
Let's see. Mm.
Well, I'm walking away with something. I believe that's what they call a pin, where you've got two high profile targets in your sights at once. Something's getting hit. All right.
Yep, that is indeed one hell of a pin.
Those bishops, man, they're pissing me off. I mean, they're just so precariously placed. Like none of them are actually hitting each other. and they're just like standing right there. It's just like four old religious guys with large, oversized hats, just staring at each other,
Oh yeah.
like giving each other the finger. Meanwhile, you've already freed up most of your back row.
Let's see.
Trying to bolster what you already got going. That's how it is with these more complex predicaments in chess. It's like pieces, garden, pieces, garden, pieces. You're waiting to see who fires the first shot.
Yep. Mm,
The queen's coming into play. Shit. Oh, here's the tricky part. Bishop can't hit me right now, but if I don't neutralize him, he's gonna take the rook. Fuck. I don't have much of a choice.
let's see. Mm, okay.
Never been good about thinking 5 or 6 moves ahead.
All right.
What could you take from me? Still got to learn proper pawn placement. That's one of my problems.
Check.
Shit, he got one of my bishops. Next time we do this, make yourself an account at like chess.com. It
All
might be
right.
interesting. If we're gonna do a stream that's dedicated solely to chess.
Yeah,
Although,
that
like I
makes
said,
sense.
after this, like we'll have enough time to check out other stuff as well.
Right.
Obviously, if you win this one though, then we got to go for the three. So I think I see what you're trying to do with that one pawn. Shit! Oh, fuck! Yeah, cause you got the pawn. That's what you were doing with that fucking pawn. Oh, God, good one, man. Yeah, we got to go for three.
Yeah, the thing is, basically, when you're playing with another amateur, someone who doesn't play that often, basically, you plan a move like 4 moves ahead and see if he falls for it.
I fucking fell for it. There you go. This is it. This is for all the marbles. Though you don't play chess with marbles, they just fall off the board.
Yep.
They say
You
it's
know,
about controlling the
you
force
know what?
hemispheres.
Did you see how I played the entire game, last game, without moving the knights at all?
I did notice that. Yeah. There you go. Breaking tradition already. Two little fellas are going on a journey. See where it takes them. Straight to hell, apparently. That's a pin, but the question is it worth it?
Check.
That was quick. This probably isn't one. Player does not exist. I'm
What?
having an existential crisis on my end.
Okay. Check. Let's see.
You got to start getting stuff out there.
All right, that's check. Okay. Okay.
I think I got you in a situation.
Yeah.
I think it just made things worse. Check. Yep, I had a lead and I fucked it up once again.
Yeah, I notice I have a bad habit of when playing like war games with other people, revealing to them what they could do, and ask, "Did you forget that?" Saying, "Remember, you can do this." I don't know because I just want them to have a good time, but this time I'm remaining silent.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Mm. No, that wouldn't do it. That would make things worse, actively worse. At least I got the queen out of the way. Oh shit! I see what I could have done. Hindsight is 2020. I swear to God, man. Let me check. Mm, you should have done that earlier.
All right.
Question is, what's safe and what's not?
All right.
That move actually shows the power of the queen. It's pinning down two pieces
Yep.
who are doing what she can. I could take out your rook right now, but would it be worth losing the queen? I'd still do some damage. Speaking of rooks, check. He sat there the entire game, didn't do a thing, waiting to play. Oh, don't. Here's the queen. Poor dude. Hope he got paid as much as the rest of them did.
Yeah.
Didn't know whether to grab it or jump in front of it. Maybe that wasn't the best option. Yeah, I see what I should have fucking done. Let's see if you get a chance to use it. Check. 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 I swear I have no fucking clue how I got out of that one. Thanks for coming, Queenie.
Yep, that's it. Well played.
There we go. Oh god, that was so tight. Like I should have gone for the rook just a little bit earlier. Or the queen rather. I see what you yeah, just out. It take a little longer to wrap up than I planned. There you go. Have a little lunch before he dies.
Yep.
Oh, that was sweatier than I expected it to be. Like right at the end too. Like with those queens dueling. Like holy shit. Oh man.
Honestly, I think just my focus is getting tired.
I totally get you, man. But oh man, good game, man. Good fucking game. Absolutely.
Yep.
So got a little time here. I'm gonna go ahead and hide my window quickly while I peruse what else we got here.
All
Because
right.
there's so many other games on this site too. Like I obviously want to do chess. That seemed like the type of thing that you'd be into with the history and the intellectual and everything. But they got other stuff too here. Let's see what we got. We still got like a half hour before I got to start getting ready for work.
Yes.
Oh, Connect Four. Remember back in the day when Connect Four was like a meme for like VTubers because of Clubhouse Games 51.
Because of who?
Clubhouse Games 51. It was this mini game collection that they put out for Steam. No, not Steam, for Switch. Um, the password or the room code is the same. I made one to Connect Four. Room code's the same.
Huh? How did you get a fourth win?
No, I didn't. I said I went to Connect Four.
Oh.
You figure
Uh,
that's a game that goes by really quickly. We could get a few rounds of that in.
okay. Do you have a new room?
Yep, the same room name.
Okay. I guess I'll. Let's see what happens if I refresh. Oh no. Okay.
There we go. Put the screen back up. And I did check the settings quickly. I think it always has one of us start as one of us start the other. It'd be nice to be able to alternate between them. You get a couple rounds of this in.
All right.
This was I was playing some classic, some horrible ports of classic games like Connect Four for the Game Boy Advance recently, and I just kept getting my butt kicked by the computer. It's like I just cannot plan. I was not two scoops ahead. I did not have my grape nuts that day.
No, that's Raisin Bran, I think.
ah, what's the one where they cover the raisins in that weird chewy like schmutz or whatever?
Chewy what?
It's like a raisin, but it's like covered in some like it's like sawdust, but it tastes good or something like that. Because I know the grape nuts. I think that's like the crunchy one. Mm.
Let's see.
So the interesting thing about a Connect Four board, um, tell me how many rows does a Connect Four board have,
6.
and how many columns does it have?
Fuck you.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was gonna get you, man.
Oh, there it is.
All the fetuses in my chat are left, like watching, like having a busting a gut right now. Anyone over the age of like 20 is gonna have no idea what the joke was. Sometimes I gotta remember who my audience is. I tried to do the fresh hip thing that the kids are doing these days. That's why I played shovelware Game Boy Advance games earlier.
Wait, you know what? You distracted me with that stupid brain rot meme, and that's how you won.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what this game ultimately is. It's a game of distraction. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
see, you distracted me by making me talk about it.
I distracted you by making you talk about your distractions. That's like some distractception.
4D chess.
No, we already played chess.
All right.
But yeah, it's part of it. Just part of it just trying to keep it entertaining for the people watching. Like I know sometimes if I really get locked in, I forget to talk, and like even if there's nobody in chat for like a few hours at a time, there could be the people who are lurking, or there could be people who come in out of nowhere. Like I've noticed for a while, like streams weren't being recommended. Like random streamers, like indie streamers, one views like myself. Um, but I think they're starting to get picked up again, like occasionally put out on the front page and stuff like that. Because I'm starting to see like names I haven't seen before in chat. So it's always nice to bring someone new into the fold.
Another thing you
Well,
can
what
potentially do is just keep streaming until streaming for a fairly long number of hours. Maybe someone will pop in.
well, my health doesn't allow me to do that. Like I know, like when I go 5 hours with them alone, like I'm ready to schmaltz wreck right after.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for
But
me too.
that's one of the reasons that I like to stream at 7 a.m. Number one, I'm up at that time anyways because I got to get ready for work on my work days. And number two, like I just have that energy in the morning, that creative energy. Like I think I've told you before, I get my best ideas either when I'm waking up or when I'm falling asleep, like in that hypergogic state between waking and dreams. And sometimes I wonder if like there's a reason for that.
Hmm. Well, I mean, your writing does honestly feel like a dream, like a waking dream.
Yeah, thank you. It's like the city of or the county of Mahavre is supposed to just kind of be this strange autonomous region, like the Eldritch Sands and everything. They just don't seem to flow right, but the people there are surviving regardless.
Like a dehydrated thirst dream in the desert.
Oh yeah. Next month I'm gonna be doing like I haven't done a chapter for a while where I've had the other members of Flavor and other Flavor adjacents in the story. It's been a while since I wrote one of those, so I think I'll be doing that next month. Like the episode, the last one ended up with me stopping off at Castle Brightlock, which is my mentor Mother Tifi's home. So I thought that'd be a nice like, little. I always like to kind of, even though Mahavre I find it as a fascinating area, that can do so much with it. I also like breaking up where the story can go to. You don't see
Eh,
much of Amanda outside of Mahavre.
yeah, I mean, a little cameo.
Yeah, you get too focused on your own color, you don't realize what the others are doing.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was close. And the thing is, you don't know what the other people is or what the other person isn't realizing.
Ah,
I lucked into that. I did not plan that. I did not plan that at all. Holy shit. What do you say? First to five, and then we call it a
yeah,
day.
first to five.
All right.
Fuck.
You've always got to be careful. Do not let anyone get three in a row open ended because that's an automatic win.
Yeah.
Well, you got to come in, man. There have been bigger comebacks in the world of sport. Zosmus about to pull out the miracle on ice here. Oh shit! I gotta move. I'm sure there's like a mathematical breakdown, like a TED talk you could look up or something about how to get the optimal plays. I'm not that fucking smart. Almost missed that one. think I got it.
Uh,
There you go.
yeah,
There you go.
I think I'm out of focus. Luckily, so and considering I'm playing this solo campaign on hard difficulty, well, basically the variance in in one page rules quest is always the dice rules because the monsters all move automatically.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of the reasons I like playing blackjack on my own is like the dealer, unless it's something with insurance, and I never do insurance. The dealer always has complete on top. Like they don't have any options. Like you gotta hit on 16, stand on 17, so you can play blackjack with yourself like really easily.
Yeah, I mean, quest honestly, it is kind of like blackjack because it's basically a calculating probability. It's basically calculating probability for what you know is going to the AI is going to do.
Yeah. So you're gonna be playing this on your channel, like on the same stream, or are you making like a
Yes,
new stream?
yes, I am.
Cool. Well, we got a little time before I got to get back to work. How about you give people out here in Mojave a little preview, like what the for anyone who may not have caught the lore video that you made, like what is the plot going in?
Okay, so first of all, I actually have videos for this. I actually have videos for this. So, let's see. How can I play it so that you see it as well?
Um,
Tell you
did you put
what.
the lore video up on YouTube?
Yes, I did.
All right, I'll just go ahead and link to it.
No, no, no. The lore video. No, the intro video isn't there, but the vampire lore video is there.
Go ahead and pull that up. Now that we're off of the screen, I don't have to worry about showing my screen. Use Osmus Jarkus, Warlord of Thrax channel. Pull that up, give people the link. So under videos or shorts?
It's under shorts. It's called Wargame Lore Origins of the Vampiric Undead.
Oh, there it is. The one with Shrek.
Yeah, with the one with Shrek, Aura, and Conan.
Together again for the first time. So if you want to check out the lore, check out this video. And
So,
so
you know what? Let me just describe it while you're here. So basically,
right.
my idea is that for every campaign I have, there's always for every RPG campaign I write self RPG, there's always one isekai character, and he's always a fictitious VTuber of flavor. So this one is called Takohashi. Um, Takohashi be the food bun being taco meaning octopus, and also taco being like Mexican taco.
Right. With a C or a K, either way.
Yes, so the idea is that Takahashi is a Mexican Japanese octopus girl.
Oh, that's actually kind of awesome. I didn't. Yeah, you could do that. Wow, yeah, that's cool, man.
So yeah. And I still need to get into Soul Calibur because my idea is that she is a Soul Calibur she or he, it's a Babaniku, is a Soul Calibur 6 master with Cassandra as their main as his main.
Nice.
But yeah, he gets isekai. He is a um yeah, he is originally a nuclear or physics student getting his PhD at Sophia University in Japan.
Nice.
And um Yeah, he speaks fluent Japanese as well as, so basically he's trilingual, Japanese, Spanish, and English. And and ultimately he dies after a freak accident where a sinkhole opens under him, and he gets impaled on a metal pipe.
Jesus. Wow,
And
that's some bad luck.
and when he wakes up, he finds himself in the body of his VTuber model, being summoned to the vampire marches by a peasant named Steak, who um, apparently summoned him with an ancient wizard's grimoire, so that he can so that she can help him rescue his sister.
It's like rise. It's like the back in the day, rise from your grave and rescue my daughter, that type of thing.
Where is that
Hey,
from?
Lamont, thanks for stopping by me.
Lamont, thank you.
Altered Beast for Sega Genesis.
Altered Beast. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. You are a. How old were you when you played that?
not to dox myself, but like I was pretty young.
Okay, you know what? Forget
Like
it.
I had the Sega Genesis back in the day, but I think I got the one with Budokan. Budokan sucked. I never played it,
Uh,
so I picked up Sonic 1 and 2 pretty quickly. Like you had a Sega Genesis back in the day, you had at least one of the Sonic games.
hmm. That time when Sega had its own video game consoles. Nowadays, it seems to be more interested in. You know that like a big part of Sega's revenue actually comes from pachinko, from gambling.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So
It's big business over. Like I heard, it's not as big business as it used to be, but it's still you're still making some bank over there. Like what was it? I think it was Konami. Um, Made a lot of their IPs into pachinko machines. Made a lot of money off of that back during a time where they weren't actually active making video games anymore. Pissed off a lot of people.
well, nowadays, all real life gambling has failed. I mean, is declining in the presence of online gambling. Like, have you heard of this one anime that's coming out called Forex Fighter Kurumi-chan?
I don't think I have. Well, tell me about it.
It's Wall Street Bets, the anime. It's about a girl who is trying to make money on online forex.
FX Senshi Kurumi-chan.
Yeah, basically it is but it is gambling degenerates, the anime, and not the competitive like galaxy brain gambling like kaiji, is that what it's called, the the
I'm
the,
not sure.
the mahjong anime.
I don't know. I don't think I followed that one. The only gambling anime I even followed somewhat was that what was that?
Kakigurui.
The yeah the no, the one with the crazy bitch with the eye patch.
Yeah, it's Kakigurui.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. One of the most underrated gambling in manga, I think, is something called Gamble Fish. Have I ever told you about it?
No, what's that?
So Gamble Fish is about a guy who goes to a what is it? Um, a boarding school centered around sports. Where some people are some like the best people in sports, students in sports, but he says his sport is gambling. Except he's not actually that good at gambling in terms of probability stuff. He's not actually a professional gambler. He's a magician because he is very good at cheating with style. So, for example, one thing he does is he's playing a game of blackjack, but the dealer is an actual magician, an actual card magician, to the point that she can actually do card tricks while naked without any sleeves.
Wow.
So at first it seems like it should be hopeless, and he loses all his money, and he says, "Wait, it's not over. I'm going to bet my finger." And so this evil teacher who wants him to lose takes out a chainsaw, and he loses, and the guy cuts off his finger. The blood is now splattered across the deck, and now he knows what somehow knows what every card is.
Oh, so there's an element of the supernatural in it.
No. It's not supernatural. He assumes that the girl, the magician, is arranges all her cards in a specific way, and now the blood is splattered across the cards.
Oh, yeah, marked in the cards.
Yeah. So
So
yeah,
there's
it is like it.
a harem slash psychological slash gambling
So yeah, it's
match.
very good at cheating. It's unlike Kakegurui, who actually finds out people are cheating and then beats them. So like that would be the ultimate match up: professional cheater versus professional versus actual professional gambler.
I think I found Malone's favorite character already. Um, like the cover of episode 7 has some kind of red haired cowgirl with the American flag bikini, that old traditional one that they used to designate
Which
when a character is American.
Oh, and Gamblefish.
Yeah, I'm just browsing the fandom.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised. Wait, has this ever gone in an anime?
I don't think so. I think
I mean, a
we'd have
lot of
heard
these
of it, but
series like get anime that completely go under the radar.
maybe some indie company picked it up or something. I'll have to look that up.
Actually, a lot of the like darker, more mature anime don't actually get anime. They go straight to live action film.
Well, I know one of my favorite anime that I watched in the original Japanese was called Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
kind of a
found out.
cult
I
classic.
I found out about that because there is a cyber grind song in it. Cyber grind meaning like it's like breakcore but with metal screams.
Yeah, I think I found out about like an old classic Flash game where one of the Roomba songs was used. But oh god, for any of y'all who have not like read that manga or seen that anime, it's fucked up. Like the teacher wants to keep unaliving himself, and there are a whole bunch of students that each mirror some kind of horrible societal ill. And I was kind of bummed out that it never got translated to English until I realized just how agonizing the localization process would have to be, because it's like all like kind of like Monty Python. You're not getting a lot of the jokes because you weren't in England at the time that it was filmed.
Really? Can you think of one joke in Monty Python and like the Holy Grail, at least that doesn't translate?
I think it was more about the TV show.
Oh, Edo,
The,
thank you
the,
so
the
much
movie's
for
got some.
thank you so much for coming. You came right after I got curb stomped 5 times in a row by Amanda in Connect Four.
There you fucking go. But man, you were sweating it out in the chest, and like that could have gone either way. Holy crap, that was good. And I do thanks for coming out. Like I know the 12 to 2 p.m. Time slot is kind of a weird one, and I wouldn't try it either. Except like I said, my main streaming days are Wednesday and Sunday, and I have to at least try to get like one thing in between those two, just so I don't have eyes off this channel for 4 days. So it's always great when I have someone like you, Zillian, to come by this time frame, and really do appreciate it. I'm really happy that I'm able to help like promote this solitaire game that you're doing. So I got to start getting back to work myself, man. I'm gonna go ahead and soft raid into you.
Okay,
So here is the.
but before you go, uh, oh no, take a look at the intro, the anime intro, the animated intro on my channel,
I'll
on
go ahead
my
and pull
side.
it up, of course.
I'm going to play it once you've logged off, once you've signed
Right.
out.
I was getting the URL so I could go ahead and everyone. The party's gonna keep going on Zosmus Starkis's channel. Check out One Page Rules Solitaire Edition. It's going to be great. Here is the URL. Check that out. Lamone, thank you for stopping by. Darren, thank you for stopping by. Lurkers, VOD Watchers, Second Screen Saints. Keep the party going with Mr. Tarkus over here. I am your faithful Amanda Splats. This is the End of Splats Project. Y'all have a good day.
All right. You take it easy.
Thank you, man.
Oh,
All right. I'm
okay.
off on my end, and I literally do have to get ready for work, man. Good luck, man. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. You have a good day, my man.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. All right, so let me just. So for context, this is Age of Fantasy. This takes place on, despite unlike Warhammer, which has a pretty unlike Warhammer Fantasy, which has a pretty concentrated world. The entire world is described. This actually takes place only on a single continent called Tyria, in an unnamed on an unnamed planet, which means there could be continents outside it. Uh, and but this takes place in a specific land called the Vampire Marches, a land where it's always night and the land is steeped in living death. So Virus, you came just in time. We're just about to start. You didn't come to see me get thrashed in chess and Connect Four by Amanda. Um. So, as usual, Virus is helped me a lot with writing this. I bounced a lot of ideas off him. Um. So let's see. So let me explain the lore of the vampiric undead. I actually have a video for this. I have prepared it. It's on my channel also. I believe Amanda promoted it in her chat, but I still have it. I have it in video form also. So let's go. The southwestern part of the continent of Tyria may be its most desolate, home to dry, inhospitable terrain and terrible, bloodthirsty creatures, and few corners are more unwelcoming than the Vampire Marches, a barren land where the sun does not shine and the creatures exist between life and death. But it wasn't always like that. Long ago, before the Havoc Wars ravaged the continent, the Western Marches were less vampiric? The people of the twisted forests and foggy plains of the Marches were always more unruly than the others, even after the human empire annexed them in the name of uniting humanity. They included ornery nobles ruling over moderately fertile farmland worked by hardened serfs, as well as savage woodsman tribes. Either way, they were all expected to join in when the Fiends of Havoc came to fight. When not only the main host of Havoc began to close in on the border guards provided by the Marches, but they also had to deal with demons and eventually ogres threatening their homeland, they called for reinforcements from the rest of the Empire. But their overlords had other plans. The Viceroy Feverick I died in the Battle of the Red Road, and his son seceded from the Empire. Things were desperate to say the least. So Feverick II was willing to grasp at straws when the being known as the Stranger arrived. The Stranger promised to use his necromancy to save their land and give the Marchers eternal life, in exchange for land for his mysterious patrons to settle on. The tide of war immediately turned, and with the enemies of the Marches defeated by hordes of undead, all that was left was for Feverick to perform his side of the bargain and let the Stranger perform his ritual to invite his patrons and give the Marchers immortality. Too bad that Feverick wasn't interested in sharing. Feverick stabbed the Stranger in the back, and in his dying breath, the Stranger left a parting gift instead of what he had promised before. The Marchers could no longer die, but they no longer lived either. The people of the Marches were transformed. The nobles became vampires, the woodsmen became werewolves, and many peasants became ghouls. Their land became lightless and twisted, only fit to preserve the undead. Anyways, they can't die of old age, so most of them are still there, led by the former Prince of the Empire and self-proclaimed successor to Feverick II, Feverick III. The vampires live on the blood of their serfs, who they gift with undead immortality so that they can also survive in the dead land. The sickness that created the first ghouls is also still there, and as far as anyone can see, there isn't a cure. And the werewolves are still doing werewolf things. But yeah, that is a bit of a primer the to the vampire marches. But I have more. We still have to introduce our protagonist, a former VTuber of flavor um, who met a tragic end in our world and found himself in the body of his VTuber model. Because to be honest, we're all ultimately role playing as the creatures we want to be. Like, I'm role playing as a berserk alien warlord who feels no pain. That's the thing I want to be. Hey, really. So, um, before we begin, so let's begin. So, yeah, let's do it. Ay, Dios mío. Wait, no, wrong one. That's the outro. Takahashi, originally named Gabriel Lopez Carranza, was once a VTuber for the indie group Flavor, taking on the persona of a Mexican-Japanese octopus girl. Gabriel was a highly intelligent 24-year-old student from Chihuahua, studying for his PhD at Sophia University in Japan. His doctorate would be in nuclear physics, which he hoped would play an important role in a nuclear renaissance in Japan that may or may not have come. As one could expect, he was a complete otaku, speaking fluent Japanese but regularly struggling to restrain himself from talking like a shonen anime character. As a small VTuber from Flavor, he was a babaniku, using a sexy female model that he had no small share of fantasies about himself. His claim to fame was that he was a fighting game master, about rank 127 in the world's best Soul Calibur 6 players, with Cassandra as his main. Like every isekai dweeb, he died tragically before being pulled into the land of Tyria. Sadly, it wasn't as heroic or selfless as he thought his fantastic isekai death would be. Gabriel's end came from a freak accident, with a sinkhole in Tokyo opening under him, ending him with an impalement on a broken pipe. That was the night when Gabriel learned the meaning of pain, something that will certainly be useful in what comes after. When Gabriel woke up, the first thing he noticed was a tremendous weight in his chest. Getting up was now somewhat of a challenge for him. Unaware of his body's new balance, he stumbled forward, trying to adjust to the weight around his hips and chest. Only after a few seconds did he realize he was unintentionally approaching a strange figure. "Oi! Omae wa dare desu ka?" Gabriel exclaimed. The short and stocky grey-skinned man in a tawdry linen robe before him said nothing, his eyes a mix of confusion and slight fear. Only then Gabriel remembered he was speaking Japanese. "Where am I? Who are you?" He tried again, this time in English. "You speak common," the man muttered. What was that supposed to mean? Gabriel looked down. His torso was covered in a sleeveless breastplate, bronze in color and carved in the shape of rippling muscles. His arms and legs were mostly bare, smooth and pale, unlike the hairy, tanned limbs he was used to. And of course, there was the weight in his chest, bulging from underneath his armor. It was a familiar sight. Very familiar. "What do I look like?" he demanded from the strange figure. "You're an elf. A she-elf. A chick? Why hadn't he realized that before? It was a different voice coming out of his mouth after all. And some sort of sea elf. Those things coming out of your head. They're octopus tentacles, I think." Holy crap! He knew exactly who he was describing. Gabriel Lopez Carranza was gone. The squat Mexican fighting game expert and physics student hoping for a new life in Japan was no more. All that was left was the sea elf martial arts champion and adventurer. All that was left was Takahashi. "What the hell did you do to me? Is this another world? Did I get isekai'd?" "I think so," the man spoke, trying to put on an air of confidence. "I summoned you here. My name is Steak, and you're going to help me rescue my sister." "Huh? You pulled me here from my world, and now you're gonna..." Wait. This was another world. It was every weeb's dream. He was in the body of a virtual octogirl babe he had given birth to and fantasized about while doing unspeakable things. And to be honest, he didn't have much to miss from back home. His parents back in Mexico were assholes. He was tens of thousands of American dollars in student debt. And in the shit shape the global economy was in, he had no idea if he was going to get a job after his long years of academic grinding. Maybe it was worth giving this whole thing a chance. Alright? Tell me more. There weren't that many places to sit in the tiny wooden hut, so Takahashi just sat down on the dirt floor cross-legged. So let me get this straight. This is a world ruled by vampires, and that collar with a tube around your neck is so that your lords can drink your blood? That's pretty messed up. Takahashi was from a world where human rights were taken a bit more seriously. Not to mention that most of the isekai anime she rotted her brain with were more about fantasies of high adventure and harem debauchery rather than medieval grim darkness. Well, not the entire world. And it's not bad. We get to live forever in exchange for our blood. Better a peasant in the mud than a king buried under it. That didn't even sound like sour grapes. Steak said it as a matter of fact. Anyways, we don't get many of your people around here, so people might look at you funny. And I can't offer much authority considering my status. My people? Takahashi's mind went straight to her Mexican heritage, only to realize he was talking about the here and now. Oh right, I'm human though, at heart at least. And who are you even expecting to call over here? I don't know. Steak nervously began to realize how hastily he had acted, and he had been planning this for weeks. A shape-shifting demon, maybe? Takahashi exhaled. Anyways, your sister. Where do you think she is now? Steak straightened himself again. This was important. She was abducted by a vampire, Razmir of House Fyodzor. The drained peasant looked Takahashi in the eye. Listen to me. My sister Ivrai left me alone 5 years ago. With my father being killed by wolves 20 years before, and my mother being struck in the head by a robber 10 years later, I was alone. Oh crap! I'm sorry, Takahashi gulped. Steak was somewhat taken aback by the sea elf's reaction, expecting to elicit only mild sympathy. He sighed. Forget it. Us undead don't expire like mortals. If we die, it isn't peaceful. I've been alive for 75 years, and I'm grateful to be alive, but at this point, I'm not that attached. 75 years of living with his parents? Then again, considering the world Takahashi came from, Steak continued. Anyways, she's 15 years older than me. When my parents turned out to be prolific enough to have a child, they earned the usual praise and congratulations from the town. But when they were able to have a second, it was hailed as a miracle. Steak smiled lightly. That's what children are in this land of living death. Miracles. And now one of them has been swept away. Ivrai had always wanted to be a traveling musician. She played the lute and sung beautifully. So beautifully. But we had both accepted that it wasn't meant to be. After all, we were bound to our lord, and we couldn't negotiate with him since he doesn't even live over here. Count Kresslek Irugraz lives in Ragyavaz on his feast proceeds, which are collected by a steward. But anyways, then came the opportunity of an unlifetime. A vampire visited and said she owned a small music and theater troupe and was looking for talent. She was enthralled by my sister's voice and insisted to the steward that she be able to take her along. The steward said that he didn't have permission to sell her, but when Countess Prakalia Predavoza offered an enormous amount of gold coins, he said that Count Irugraz would not mind. So far, he hasn't sent a message of complaint. Either way, I said the usual, that I would miss her and love her wherever she went. And that was the last time I saw her. How did you find out she got kidnapped? Takahashi was aware this was the Middle Ages, so things worked differently. It's not like you have phones here. I guess that's how you communicate where you're from, Steak inferred. I was told by a messenger. A beautiful, white-robed stranger approached me. She had pink skin, not pale white like the undead, and golden yellow hair. And in her arms was Ivrai's lute. Steak did not shed a single tear. Takahashi wondered if the undead were even capable of crying, or if he had just cried until he couldn't already. The stranger told me that Ivrai had sung tales that had become famous in the places she went. Tales of a mischievous vampire prince who tricked and befuddled his enemies and got into all sorts of tomfoolery, until he was finally caught and staked to death. Somehow, Razmir got it into his head that Ivrai was singing about him, and so he and his kindred swooped down on Ivrai's troop while they were on the road. He drove a stake into the heart of Lady Prakalia in the same way as the hero of Ivrai's tale died, and set his familiars to devour her friends. But Ivrai, he carried away. Shit, Takahashi muttered. Considering what he did to... She stopped. She hadn't been the most socially savvy student, but still. Exactly, Stake nodded, unperturbed. Which is exactly why we need to get her back. The wind howled around the hut, raking the land with its freezing. Wait. It didn't feel like wind, and the windowless house certainly wouldn't shelter them if it was real. No, it was something much worse. The moans getting closer were something Takahashi had always hoped she would never have to hear outside of the horror movies she was too timid to watch. The two of them peeked out, and it was exactly as they expected. Figures illuminated only by the starlight stumbled as they approached, moaning as if in perpetual sleep paralysis. Takahashi's heart raced as the figure's soil-caked gray skin steadily became more visible. Stake hissed in frustration. The minions of Count Luvesque. They've come a long way for me. Takahashi spun towards her summoner. Huh? What did you do? Stake stated as a matter of fact. The book I summoned you with. It belonged to him. Huh? So they're gonna eat you, and then they're gonna eat me! Oh my... Shut up! We're gonna fight! Stake glared at her. Any time to regret bringing a person into a new world against their will and expecting them to fight had already passed. We? Why? Let's go! Stake ran out the door, curved blade in hand, and Takahashi followed. What else could she do? She doubted zombies understood what leave me out of this meant. Alright, there you have it. That is my intro. Uh, that is my intro. It was. I went through a lot of trouble to finish this. So hold on a second. Let's see. Doing a few things at the last minute, and as usual. So let's get right to it. Uh, So we have a playlist of music and we have a map. So let me explain how this works. First of all, let's get some application audio in place. All right. So let me explain how this works. First of all, we are going to get out our our heroes. First, we have Takahashi, who is actually a model made from a model made from Hero Forge, so big ups to them. And then we have Stake. Hold on. Stake comes from. And finally, we have Stake. Stake is a X model is a falchion armed peasant from Northern Crusades miniatures, so big ups to them too. And finally, we will bring out our enemies one by one. So the mission for this is a modified version of. So the mission for this is a modified version of. Uh, uh, yeah, it is called "Let Me Get Something." It is a modified version of the area search mission, which is of the area search mission. And how this works is we are first going to place down 3 objectives randomly. Wait, I should probably get the rules out for this, the campaign rules. Going to one-page rules. Going to Age of Fantasy Quest. And then we are going to Beginner's Guide. So first we are going to start with primary objectives, which is area search. Place 3 objective markers randomly in the center of 3 different table quarters. And the marker closest to the hero near an enemy counts as its AI goal. So let's do this. So we have 3 objective markers. Let's color them blue to separate them from, to distinguish them from search tokens. And then let's get some d6s out. All right. So let's start by. All right, on a 1 to 4, it is. All right. On a 5 to 6, roll again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So roll again. Roll again. Roll again. First roll is going to go over here. Second roll, right here. And third roll, roll again. Can't have 2 objectives in the same spot. All right. Now let's get some search tokens out. Search tokens are like the funny tokens that yield random stuff. So D3 plus X search tokens, where X is the number of heroes. So that is going to be. That is going to be 5 search tokens. Let's name them search. All right. So divide the tokens into 2 even groups, assigning each half table quarters corners. So let's do quarters for these and corners for these, and then once again 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start with the quarters. All right, this one goes over here. Wait, it should be more centered. All right, I get to choose where this one goes. I will place it right here on the last one. And now corners. Let's put it right here. All right, that is search tokens. And now let's deploy the first wave. So I am using One Page Rules' Army Forge Urge Automator. So let's generate the first wave. Wave of enemies that come in. We are doing intermediate difficulty. I realized at the last minute that I need a larger enemy collection for this. For a full difficulty, we're doing intermediate difficulty. So let's get out some zombies. And then I realized that I haven't actually added in these zombies. All right. Let's get some. I have the STLs, but I forgot to save them as I forgot to save them, so let's just Dylan. All right. Here are the zombies. We have three different mobs of them. Um, except for one of them who is a sergeant, meaning he gets +1 to hit. All right, so we have 3 units of zombies, and these are the sentries. So these are the ones who start out inside the board instead of on its edges. So the starting sentries are deployed in the center of a random table corner. All right, I get to choose where this one is. I will have it be right here. I will have this one right here. And I will have this one right here because I rolled 5s and 6s for all of them, so I get to choose. Okay, so these are the enemies. Now, the mission is a modified version of area search, which means what happens is I have to go to each of these blue objectives, and once I step into it, on a 5-up, it is. I roll a d6. On a 5-up, it is the correct objective. And what happens there then is another 2 zombies will pop out, and once I kill them, the mission is over, and I can either choose to do the secondary objective, which I will, or I can immediately exit and complete the mission. So, um, so this is the deployment zone, around 6 inches from the house, from the center. So, Takahashi says, we're running, right? Right? By fight, you mean run away as fast as you can. I was like, and Steak says, do I look like someone who doesn't mean what he says? Says, I need to look for something before we go. Oh. What? What could you possibly need to look for before we get eaten by zombies? He says, my parents. Parents. I buried my parents. I buried my parents somewhere around here. Here. It's been a while. In an unmarked grave around here. It's been a while, so. So I forgot. You forgot where you buried your parents? I'm dead, remember? But forget it. Look, there are 3 places, as I imagine, where it might be. I need to find them and put them to rest. My guess is that the necromantic energy from Count Luvesque's minions has spread across this land, and if things have gone. If things have already gone from bad to worse, my parents have risen as the restless dead. I can't let that happen. I can't let that continue. Oh, but let's go. All right, so heroes go first. So heroes go first. The only special rules for terrain on this map is, oh yeah, first of all, music. Pillows, Pillows PTSD music. Alright, so we are going to start. Heroes always go first. Oh yeah, also auras. Almost forgot. So in this particular edition of Age of Fantasy, characters have these things called auras. Wait, hold on. Oops, I made a mistake. once again had a misclick and generated the waves in the wrong way. So let's try this again. Um, and okay, start new mission, solo mission. Loading, loading. The characters are Steak and Takahashi. So let me just explain the characters. Steak is a drained warlock, meaning he is one of the peasants who were given eternal life in exchange for a constant supply of their blood for their vampire lords. He has a reanimation aura. However, it does not matter here because. Okay, first of all, Takahashi does not have a reanimation aura. Have the reanimation special, so he doesn't apply to her. However, how it works with Steak is every turn, for every wound he has, basically every hit points he's lost, he may roll a d6, and on a 5-up, he restores that wound, which basically means that he heals a third of his missing health every turn. I'd say that's pretty good. Overall, Steak is a healer, but like all vampire casters, he can. But like all vampire casters, he can perform the standard vampiric undead army spells. He gets 1 caster token per turn. So otherwise, let's go. So let's start. The only special rules is that are that the zombies, the undead get -1 to hit while within the scarecrow, because the scarecrow is stuffed with a charm of the old gods of the marches, and this obstacle can be hidden. For which the zombies cannot detect them. Might be worth hiding in for a short time. Otherwise, we are going to start with Steak. Since Steak is moves at the standard speed of 6 inches base or 12 inches if he wants to rush. He is indeed going to rush 12 inches, and he is going to cast. He is going to cast the Cursed Strike. On a 4-up, he succeeds. Unlike in Warhammer, where there's a complex system of caster dice and the like, on a 4-up, spellcasting always succeeds on a 4-up. So we are going to roll. He's going to cast Cursed Strike, and it goes off. This rule, the enemy takes an enemy within 6 inches, which I believe they are. No, he's not. Forget it then. I'm going to take that back. It doesn't go off. Takahashi is going to hurry over. She has Wave Step. She has the Wave Step special rule, which means that she can basically hop 3 inches after activating, but she doesn't want to move that far ahead. Now it is time for the zombies. The zombies are... oh yeah, I forgot. The zombies are slow. Oh dear. Alright, Scuff, I already said I was going to generate a new wave, so let's just get rid of these zombies. Let's put this... let's put... the wave actually has 3 zombies, 3 skeletons, Let's get out the skeletons. And one zombie wolf. Alright. Alright. So, this is something I've been wanting to say for a while. So, Takahashi immediately sees the horrifying shambling zombies and says, "I chingo other way! Los muertos caminantes!" That means Walking Dead in Spanish, apparently. The zombies are going to are going to charge. And they are going to charge at the nearest unit, which is Takahashi. So Takahashi has defense 6, not very high, and but she does have mystic warding, which means she can, which is basically a 6-up ward save. She can shrug off any wound at a 6-up, an additional 6-up. So the zombies are going to attack with their claws. Each of them has 2 claw attacks, and they hit on 5s. So that is 2 hits. Takahashi will block them with her shield on a 6-up. And she will block them with her mystic warding on another 6-up. Nope, she takes 7 wounds. Ow! Shit! That hurts! But she can strike back. She has 3 attacks with her sword, hitting on 4s. That is 1 hit. So that is okay. So one of them hit, and now that means they have to take a defense test. 6 of them, 6s always succeed, and that was not a 6. So one of them bites the dust. She slices through it, through its neck with her magnificent sea elven sword. All right. Meanwhile, the wolf is fast, so it is going to run forward 16 inches. And these skeletons are going to shamble at normal speed. Alright, that is turn 1. One. Now we are going to roll for alertness. So how alertness works is every turn. No, you don't roll anymore for alertness. Every turn, you increase the alertness by 1. 1. We are currently at alertness 1. And on a 6, another wave of enemies enters. So that is top of turn 1. Let's go to bottom of turn 1. Let's go to turn 2 right now. Takahashi is getting really nervous. However, somehow she's able to summon up an amount of courage and ability she never thought she had. Certainly Gabriel did not have. She is going to use one of her monk skills, which is Flurry of Blows. So how skills work is she rolls an ability check for the specific ability it is associated with. For Flurry of Blows, it is Strength. And on if she passes, it goes off normally. If it fails, however, she consumes 1 power. She consumes 1 power, and it still goes off. However, once she runs out of power, for every power she consumes, she instead takes 1 wound. So, let's roll for activating Flurry of Blows. She does not succeed, which means she loses 1 power. And it goes off. How Flurry of Blows works is, until the end of the round, the next time a hero attacks an enemy in melee or shoots at it from within 12 inches, if it deals it at least 1 hit, then it deals an extra hit. So she is going to attack the zombies. 3 attacks hitting on 4s. Oh, they all hit, and because of flurry of blows, it's an extra hit. So the zombies don't have very high defense, so they only block in sixes. Nope, they are all wiped. Alright. Alright. Alright, he says... here he says... Did I really do that? That? Look behind you! Oh, Steak yells. He looks to the sides and says, Ay, papi! Los perros muertos! Steak looks to, peeks into the into this area and looks for the place he might have buried his parents. Let's see if this is the right one. It is! Well, that was fast. First of all, let's see what the search token yields. The search token is... Alright, the search token is... the search token is, I'm going to roll for it, it is a d6. Wait, it is... Roll one die to see what is contained. Okay, let me just look at the rules a bit more. Oh, I think I understand what's going on. So, you can only get 7+ if you have a certain ability. Okay, so... to modify it. So... Steak is going to look into it. It is a... Uh-oh, it is a hazard. Remove one token. He is... Okay, first of all, going to get rid of all the objective tokens because he found the right one. And one of the zombies of his parents burst out and scratch him with his their rotting fingernails. He is now diseased, which means that when diseased models spend take as many wounds as power they spend, which means his power goes down to 0. All right. Right. Steak says, Mom, Dad, you shouldn't have to suffer like this. Alright, the zombies are going to attack. These zombies are going to attack, and... Oh yeah, that's right, he didn't actually move in, but he can still cast spells, so I am going to once again attempt Curse Strike. It does not work. So the zombies of his parents charge, and they are going to make 4 attacks. All right, 1 hit, and no, 1 hit, and on a 6-up he blocks. He does. He parries. He parries the lunging fist of one of the zombies with his falchion, and then strikes back. All right, he has a great weapon. 3 attacks hitting with quality 2, quality 5, so he needs a 5 up. Alright, that's 1 hit. They block on a 6. Nope. He cuts down, he cuts down his mother in a single strike. Meanwhile, his father is going to have to roll a morale test because zombies can roll morale. They are fearless though. And once again, I forget Cursed Undead. Apparently, they can they can regenerate wounds on 6s, which he does not. Just for the hell of it, let's see if she would have actually, Takahashi would actually have destroyed the entire unit. No, she wouldn't have. Alright, so she cuts down her mother, and now her father is going to have to, his mother, and then his father is going to have to roll morale. Alright, he fails, but on a 4-up, he is fearless. Alright, he just keeps on mindlessly shambling towards his son, not recognize him as anything other than a ball of flesh. Meanwhile, the zombie is going to attack Takahashi. Alright, the zombie wolf has 6 attacks, 6 vicious bites, and it has Furious, which means that that on 6s, 1 extra hit is added. This is going to be painful. Alright, that is 4 hits. Damn. She blocks 1 of them with her shield. And she blocks 2 of them with her Mystic Warding, also known as her Monk Agility. She takes 1 wound. And she is down to 6 out of 10, 9. And she is going to strike back. However, she is fatigued because she already attacked this turn, which means she can only hit on 6s. Alright, that is no hits. Alright, the skeletons are going to keep shambling forward. Alertness 1, and turn 3. Alright, Takahashi is going to once again use Takahashi is going to think about it quickly think about the times when he played against some of the pros in the world of Soul Calibur. Think, focus through the pain, focus. He's going to activate Monk's Meditation and restore some wounds. Alright, she regains 2 wounds, going up to 8. And then she's going to activate Flurry of Blows once again. She loses 1 power. And now she is going to charge and strike at the wolf. Hitting on 4s. Even 1 hits, she gets an extra hit. Alright. That is 2 hits. Alright. And the wolf does not block it, however, it is Cursed Undead. So, alright, it takes 2 wounds. So, down to 1 out of 3 toughness. So, alright, it is going to respond by making 6 attacks. Hitting on 5s. Oh, all miss! Alright. And now it has been left with less than half of its wounds, so it is going to have to roll for morale once again. And it is not fearless for some reason. Nope, it is too rabid to not keep fighting. Meanwhile, Steak is going to continue trying to cut down his... First of all, Steak is going to attempt to... Let's see. Steak is once again going to attempt to cut down this zombie, and this time he is not going to cast. He's going to try and save it. Okay. That is going to be 3 attacks hitting on 5s. That is 1 hit. The zombie blocks on a 6 and regenerates on a 6. Nope. He he deals a mortal wound to his mother. Rest in peace, guys. Alright, are the zombies close enough to charge? No, they are not. They're just going to keep running forward. He says, ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¡Oh, los esquelitos! Alright, alertness 3 up to turn 4. Alright, here's how this is going to go. Okay, actually I forgot that he may pass a attempt a will test to remove his status of diseased. So he's going to try that the first time. Alright, he's no longer diseased. He endures the, he just endures the grief caused by his, putting down his parents. Alright, he is going to cast Warlock's Pact. Once per game, when activated, the hero takes 1 wound, and then deals 1 wound to 1 enemy unit within 6 inches. He is going to do that, and deal 1 wound to one of these skeletons. The skeletons are cursed undead. Actually, no, he's going to deal it to... he is going to deal it to the wolf. A wolf. The wolf is going to attempt to regenerate it with Cursed Undead, and it does not. Not. He cuts himself in the hand, he lightly cuts himself in the hand with his falchion, and the wolf crumples. He is also going to... he is also going to cast Dark Warding, to use Dark Warding on himself. Let's see if he pulls it off. He needs a will save for it. He does. So he takes another wound, and now gets +2, gets +2 to defense roll. So he blocks in a 4-up. He is going to... he is once again going to cast Curse Strike. He has 2 tokens, and he's spending 1 of them. And he fails. Anyways, he is going to charge. He's going to make 3 attacks with his falchion. Alright, that is 1 hit. AP 2. The skeletons are defense 2 and 4, so they block on a 6. And Cursed Undead. Nope. Nope. He smashes one skeleton's helmet hard enough that it breaks its skull. The skeletons are going to strike back. They have Cursed Halberds. I had to use the wrong model. So they have Cursed Halberds. So the Halberds have 1 attack, hitting on 4s. They are rending. Which means that on a 6, they are AP 4 and they ignore regeneration. Doesn't matter here. Actually, no, yes it does, because he's defense 4 up right now. So, alright, one of them hits, and he gets a 4-up defense against this. He does not block, And this one he gets a 6-up defense against. However, he is. I almost forgot that he's cursed undead too, so we can block this on a 6. Alright, one of them strikes him with his halberd. It hurts, but isn't enough to knock him down. No, to badly knock him down. Alright, now Takahashi is once again going to attempt and Flurry of Blows. Actually, no, she is going to attempt Battle Rest, which means regaining power. Huh? I believe the game has frozen. Okay, we're back. So, on a 4-up, she succeeds. Nope, she loses 1 power. However, now she is going to regain D3 plus 1. Alright, she regains all of her power. And now she is going to strike again. This time the skeletons are fatigued though. Hitting on 4s. That is 2. AP1, so the skeletons block on 6s. On 5s. And they regenerate on 6s. Nope. She cuts the last of them down. She strikes them under their breastplates. Actually, no, she strikes them in their armpits. Holy crap, she says, holy crap. Okay, we can, okay. We put your parents to rest. We can go now, right? Right? We can't leave empty-handed, he says. We can't even leave empty-handed. What else do we need? We're going on a long journey. We need supplies. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, the next secondary objective, which is scavenge. Alright, the secondary objective is scavenge. We are going to place 2 random objective markers within 6 inches of the 2 corners close to one enemy hero. No, and the marker to the closest hero near the nearest to the enemy count as its AI goal. Heroes may use a skill action whilst within 1 inch of a marker, and if they pass a dex test, remove the marker and roll 1 die. On a 4-up, or if it was last marker, the objective is completed. Alright. We have these 2 objectives. Alright, first stake, we add 1 alertness. And Stake is going to run in this direction to look under this bush. He is going to make a dex test. Oh, I almost forgot reanimation aura. So I've been forgetting that for a while. So he is going to roll a d6 for every wound he has, which is 3. He regains 1 wound. And then he is going to roll on a d6. He gets 1. Oh, he succeeds. Is this the right objective? On a 4-up it is. It is not. Okay, so so Takahashi says, yells to him, any other ideas on where it is? On where it might be? Check under that rock. Fine. She's going to wave step 3 inches and run 12, so 15 inches. Alright, 1 alertness up. Turn 2. Turn 5, 6. Once again, he's going to roll to reanimate. He regains 1 hit point. Alright. He is going to run in this direction and cast Healing Touch on himself. He's going to use his other skill, Healing Touch himself. Yes, he is the party healer. So on a 4, he gets this off. Yes, he does. He regains all his health. Okay. Takahashi is going to walk over and use a skill. So on a 6 up, she gets it. Nope. Alright. Here we go. Alright, let's get some more skeletons out. Let's get some halberd skeletons. And let's get a zombie out. No, let's get a zombie wolf out. These are STLs from One Page Rules, by the way, converted using in Blender. So the zombies are, so the enemies are moving in right now, so reinforcements. Let's see which table corner they come in on. On a 5 up, I get to choose. Alright, I'm going to put this one right here. I will put this one right here. Comes out of this little cave. And this zombie, a wolf, I will put it right here. Okay, Steak is going to run 12 inches, and he's going to use a skill check to scurry, which requires a dex roll. On a d6 he succeeds. Nope. And then she is going to use a dex to look for it, and yes, this is it. Objective complete. He digs it up. She digs it up and finds a tiny bit of herbs. A tiny bit of herbs. Says, "What the hell? Are you trying to make spaghetti or something? Wait, mistletoe. This is supposed to protect us against werewolves, right?" He says, "They all are. They all are. As undead, we're all weak against. We all have a number of weaknesses. They're small, but they make a difference." All right, we have gone pretty fast. We were asked, so let's do. Why don't we do something different? Let's do a boss fight. I feel like a challenge. After completing all objectives, players may choose to trigger a boss fight. At the end of the round, deploy a wave of reinforcements of double point value, and no more reinforcements are deployed after that. The hero next to an enemy counts as its AI goal, and if all enemies from the boss wave are destroyed, and players earn double as much XP as the chosen difficulty level while ending the mission. Let's do this. Alright, so let's first of all, it's at the end of the round, so Wolf is going to move 16 inches. Skeletons are going to move 12 inches. These skeletons are also going to move 12 inches. If all enemies from the boss wave are destroyed, players earn double as much XP. So basically, we gotta clean up the board. Alright, we are going to get some more zombies. Dylan. And this time they actually have a sergeant, so zombie sergeant. We are going to get some ghouls out. And another zombie wolf. And then for the second wave, 3 units of zombies. And 1 unit of skeleton guard. Alright, this is going to be a bloodbath. So let's arrange them. So, alright, first we'll have the unit of skeletons. They come from here, out of the cave. Now, zombie unit 1. I will have them come right here so we can get rid of them quickly. Zombie unit 2. I'll have them come here too. Zombie unit 3. They are going to come from this side. Zombie unit 4. I'll have them come from this side. Let's see. Ghouls. Let's put them over here. And let's put this wolf right here. Alright, a horde is coming. A horde is coming. Takahashi says, "What do we do right now?" Steak says, "What do you think? Do what I summoned you here for. Fight!" What the hell? Alright, so it is Takahashi's turn. She yells in, she runs in, yelling at the top of her lungs. She is going to use, she is going to use Flurry of Blows again. She succeeds. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. Alright, that is 2. They block on 6s. And regenerate on 6s. Nope, that's 1. Zombies are going to attack back. That's 2 hits. Alright, block on 6s. Ward on 6s. Nope. She takes 2 wounds. Alright. Steak is going to run over 12 inches. And I believe he has what? I haven't been counting. We're gonna say he has four, or no, we're gonna say he has four. He has five tokens. Oh, four tokens now. Caster tokens. Need to keep track of this. All right, he is going to do. Here's what he is going to do. He is going to cast Curse Strike. All right, that is 3 hits upon this zombie unit. With Sever, but that doesn't matter here. All right, they block on 6s and regenerate on 6s. Nope, that is the unit. And now he is going to cast Spectral Wind with 2 tokens. Succeeds. Each of them take 2 hits with AP2 each. Block on 6s. First one blocks on 6s and regenerates on 6s. Second one blocks on 6s, regenerates on 6s. Alright, now they're both going to have to roll for morale. Alright, wizard casting and blasting as always. Alright, first one is going to roll morale. Fails, but fearless. Succeeds. Second one fails. Oh, it is shaken. It is its grip on the material, on the mortal realm is losing. It is losing it. Yep, zombies can fail morale checks in this game. And he is going to also try to cast Healing and Touch, which he succeeds in. And yep, Takahashi regains D3 wounds. Alright, she is back to normal. Oh crap, that feels good. Did you do that? Yeah. So what? You're some sort of a healer? You're some sort of a healer or cleric? Well, kind of. What are you so? Why are you so surprised? Well, he thought about all the. He thought about how all the healers he knew of were almost always ended up being either waifus or twinks. Katara from Avatar, Eto from Black Record of the Lost War. This guy was not so much. Alright, this zombie is shaken. It's going to get up, and that's its turn. This zombie is going to attack. 2 attacks. That's 1 hit. Block on a 6. Ward on a 6. She dodges out of the way. Alright. Now the others are going to move on. Alright. These ghouls are going to run 12 inches. Wait, do these ghouls have Strider? Yes, they do, so they can swim. Zombies are going to move 8 inches because they're slow. Wolf is going to move 16 inches because it is fast. This wolf is also going to move 16 inches. $12 inches. $12 inches. And 12 inches. Alright, it is one more alertness. Oh, I completely forgot that if no enemies are on the board, more alertness needs to. Two more alertness needs to pop up instead of one, but I forgot. But you know what? Forget it. Um, he is going to. She's going to finish off this zombie. Hey, die, puta! I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. Maybe I shouldn't have said that then. Alright, so that is one hit. Blocking the zombie blocks on a 6. The zombie regenerates on a 6. No. Alright. Nate, Steak says, keep moving. Actually, no. He says that way. That's way. Let's gather around that scarecrow has wards stuffed in it. All right. Alertness up. Skeletons are going to run forward 12 inches. 16 inches. 12 inches. 8 inches. 12 inches. 16 inches. 12 inches. Alright, we are next round. Talk about Steak is going to rush this unit of skeletons. He is going to cast Dark Warding on himself once again. He fails and loses 1 power and 1 wound. But he gets +2 to defense rolls. And he is going to cast Cursed Strike. He succeeds. The unit takes 3 hits with. This time Sever does matter. The Sever special rule against units where most models have defense 2+ to defense 4+. This unit gets AP A+1. So 4 hits, AP1, they block on 5. 3 hits, AP1, they block on 5s. Alright, that's 2 Cursed Undead. Alright, one of them goes down. And now he's going to swing with his great weapon. Hitting on 5s. AP2, he blocks in 6, Skeleton blocks in 6s, and Cursed Undead. Its bones crack, but it gets back up. Now they're going to attack, but they get -1 to hit from the Scarecrow. The Scarecrow that his parents slayed. Alright, 2 attacks hitting on 5s. 6s are rending. Alright, that is 1 rend. So he blocks on a 6. Okay, he ducks out of the way just in time. Takahashi scurries over 15 inches. Alright. This wolf is going to charge Takahashi. Oh yeah, Takahashi is going to use Flurry of Blows before that. She succeeds, so that is going to be 6 attacks with Furious coming from the wolf. And they all miss. Alright. 3 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Alright, that is 2 hits. Wolf blocks in 6s. And regenerates in 6. Alright. ghouls are going to run for 12 inches. Es... ¡Ay, papi! ¡Los chupacabras! Alright, they are swimming through the pond slowly. Oh boy, here they come. Alright, I haven't been completely keeping track of casting tokens, so I'm gonna say he has 2. We are going to use Cursed Wind, or attempt. Alright, that's... Alright, it went off. So we're going to start with... Oh no, so not Cursed Wind, Spectral Wind. Alright, first, we're going to use cast it on the skeletons and the wolf. So... First, the skeletons take 2 hits with AP2, so blocking on 6s, regenerating on 6s. Nope, one of them goes down. And then the wolf, blocking on 6s, regenerating on 6s. Oh dear. Now he is going to strike at the skeleton. Oh yeah, he is once again going to use Dark Warding. Alright, takes another wound. Hitting on 5s, miss. The skeleton is going to strike back. 6s are ending. Ah, crap. Blocks on stake blocks on a 6 and regenerates on a 6. Nope, he takes another wound. I keep forgetting about Reanimation Aura. Let's see if he gets any wounds back. Yes, he does. 1 wound. And then Takahashi is going to attempt to finish off the wolf. Once again, a flurry of blows, she fails, so she loses 1 power. Alright, so 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. Nope, all miss. Not good. The wolf is going to strike back. Oh no. Blocking on 6s. Warding on 6s. Nope. She now has 5 wounds. Damn it. Alright, she has to take a morale test, on which she succeeds on a 4-up. Alright, thank goodness. Alright, the wolf is going to attack, but this time it hits in 6s, which are exploding. All miss. Takahashi is going to strike back, also hitting on 6s. Alright, now the ghouls are going to attack. Alright, that is 3 attacks with Bane, which means she has to reroll successful rolls of 6 when rolling to defend. Hitting on 4s. Alright, that is 1. Blocking on 6s, rerolling. Now warding on 6. Oh, thank goodness, she dodges out of the way. Okay. And she's going to strike back, hitting on 6s. Nope. Skeletons are going to mob stake. Three attacks, hitting on 6s. No, so the 3 attacks hitting on 4s. Alright, that's 1. No, 5s because of the Scarecrow. So he dodges them all and he misses with all the rest of his attacks. Now the skeletons are going to move in, are also going to attack Stake. Alright, he is surrounded by a storm of bones. Alright, 3 attacks, hitting on 5s, 6s on 5s. 6s are not rending, so he gets 4 up defense. Alright, he blocks it. Alright, this is just one big melee. Alright, Stake is going to cast on is going to cast Curse Strike on one. Oh yeah, first of all, reanimation. He gets back 1 wound, and he is going to use Healing Touch. So on a 4-up, he succeeds. Nope, he loses 1 power, but Takahashi is going to regain 1 wound. That's not good. Then he is going to cast Curse Strike on 1 unit of Sword Skeletons, hitting on a 4. He is going to use 2 power in order to cast it successfully, which means he is at minimum power and is going to start taking wounds every time he uses a power. So Sword Skeletons, 3 hits with AP 1. Well, that was a waste of power, a waste of his strength. He is also going to strike at said skeletons, so nope, all miss. They are going to strike back. Alright, 1 hit, he blocks on a 6. Stake blocks on a 6. He blocks it. Now, Takahashi is going to attack the ghouls, once again trying to use Flurry of Blows. She succeeds. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. Oh! 4 hits, 6 up defense. The ghouls have 6 up defense. They also are very tough to kill. They have Cursed Undead and Regeneration. So first Cursed Undead on 6s, and then Regeneration on 5s. Ah, crap. She cuts deep into the ghouls, but they just keep on going. The 2 ghouls are going to strike back, hitting on 4s. Both hit. Rerolling 6s. Oh, alright. She somehow manages to block it with her shield, and now Mystic Warding. And once again, she is going to have to take a morale test. Okay, she's fine. Alright, Wolf is going to attack. 6 attacks, hitting on 5s. 6s are exploding. Alright, Takahashi is going to block on a 6, and 6 of warding. Oh, she dodges out of the way. She's been getting good rolls. Ghouls are going to attack, but they are hitting on 6s. They miss. 1 Halberd Skeleton is going to attack Stake. It hits. Alright, reanimation. He takes a wound. Now the Sword Skeleton unit he attacked is going to strike back, hitting on 6s, miss. And now the second Sword Skeleton unit is also going to attack, hitting on 6s, and this Wolf is also going to attack. Now, with exploding 6 attacks with exploding 6s. Only 1 and 6. He needed a 6 because of the -1, but it is exploding. Alright, blocking on 6s. Reanimation, Cursed Undead. He takes another wound. Alright, next turn. Let's see if he can reanimate. Alright, he regains 1 wound. Alright, Curse Strike on that same unit of skeletons. He is going to take 2 wounds again to autocast it. 3 hits, AP1. Alright, 2 of them are not blocked, and now Restless Dead, Cursed Undead. Okay, 1 of them goes down. He is going to cast Healing Touch on himself to make sure he doesn't. Okay, he takes a wound, but he's now going to regain wounds. Alright, he regains 3 wounds. And now he is going to strike with his falchion. He's just taking so many sword swings, just dancing around them. Oh, hello, Hashim. We are... message retracted, alright. Alright, he hits with 1 attack. Hi, Gizmo. Welcome to the stream. We are just about to... no, we are just about to finish... finish up this this mission, I hope, in my self campaign, my solo campaign of Age of Fantasy Quest. So this guy is one of my characters, my RPG party, Stake, and he's currently fighting with a number of skeletons surrounding him in Diablo style. And he just rolled a 6, he needs a 5 to hit. The skeleton is going to block on a 6 and regenerate on a 6. Nope, one of the skeletons goes down. And now the skeleton has to take a morale test, alright. It passes. And Takahashi, that is my other character. What is Chemoverse? Let me look it up. Chemoverse. An online socializing story game taking place in the post-apocalyptic world of Chemoverse, populated by the Chemonai. Oh, it's furry. Sorry, I'm not a furry. I don't really play socializing games. Sorry, it doesn't seem like my thing. Again, sorry. Okay, let's continue. Takahashi is going to attack, once again cast. Alright, Flurry of Blows goes off. 3 hits, come on. Block on 6s. Cursed Undead, 6s. Regeneration on 5s. Alright, 1 more goes down. 1 attack. Does not hit. Alright, now he has to take a morale test. Succeeds. Don't have to be a furry to play it. Either way, I'm not into social games. Sorry. Let's see. Alright, Direwolf is going to make 6 attacks, exploding. One hit. Takahashi blocks on a 6. Ward on a 6. Oh, she dodges that too. Very nice. Where wounds leave a unit. Alright, so Halberd Skeleton is going to bonk him, bonk stake, fail. How many sword skeletons are left? 4, I believe. Yeah, 4 sword skeletons are going to smack him, hitting on 4s. That's 3 hits. He blocks on a 6. Cursed Undead. Alright. Alright, now he has to take a morale test. He is too determined. He's going to spend 2 power and take 2 wounds to bypass it. Which means he is almost down. The last wolf is going to attack him. 1 hit. Oh boy. Cursed Undead. Nope, he is incapacitated. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot about the Scarecrow. No, he's fine. He is at 1 wound. Alright, next turn. Oh yeah, okay, first of all, reanimation. Okay, he regains 4 wounds. And then he is going to attempt healing word on him, healing touch on himself, on Takahashi. Fails, he takes a wound, but from stress, but Takahashi regains 1 wound again. That's not good. And then he is going to strike at this unit of skeletons. Oh yeah, first of all, Curse Strike succeeds. AP1, so blocking on 5s. Nope. Cursed Undead. Okay, the 2 skeletons are down. Slowly winning this. And now he is going to charge this wolf. Hitting on 5s. Miss. The wolf is going to strike back. Wolf has Alpha hits. And he blocks it. Alright. Takahashi is going to try to finish this ghoul off. Okay. Flurry of blows. Alright, 1 power down. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. Alright, 3 hits. The ghoul blocks on 6s. Cursed Undead, 6s. Regeneration. Oh, thank goodness, dead. Alright, almost down. Zombies are going to move 8 inches. Skeletons are going to move in and attack. Okay. 1 halberd skeleton hitting on a 5. Hit. Block on 6. Nope, he blocks it too. This guy has insane reflexes. Alright. And then 2 sword skeletons. 1 hit. Doesn't block. Cursed Undead. Nope, he takes another wound. Alright, he is Alright, he is going to take a morale test. Oh, thank goodness, he's still standing. Alright. Wolf is going to attack him. Hitting on 6s, but 6s are exploding. Oh no. That's 4 hits. Blocking on 6s. Cursed Undead. He is unconscious. Let's see. Let me see what unconscious does again. What does that do again? If a hero would be killed, it is unconscious itself and must remain idle until revived and is ignored by AI. Heroes within 3 inches may use a skill. All right. Unconscious. Alright, so he is unconscious. That's not good. This remaining wolf is going to attack Takahashi. It is exhausted, so 6s explode. Alright, that's 2. No blocks. Oh dear. Okay, she is going to strike back, hitting on 6s. Nope. Okay, morale. Alright, saved. Alright, next turn, Steak is... Alright. Takahashi runs to Steak and yell, "Hey, get up!" She spends 2 power and takes a wound, and Steak gets up. And then she is going to strike at this wolf. Okay. Those are hits. Block and 6. Cursed Undead and 6. Nope, it is down. Steak is going to now at 3 wounds. Okay, this is getting dicey. Healing Touch on himself. Fail, takes a wound, but successfully casts it. Down to 5. And, oh yeah, also reanimation. So 6 reanimation dies. Regains another wound. Come on. Alright, first of all, sever, what is it? Curse Strike at this zombie sergeant, at these zombies. Fail. He is going to rush this halberd skeleton. That's one hit. EP2, blocking 6. Cursed Undead, 6. Nope. Cracks its skull. Alright, 2 skeletons are going to mob him. One hit. Blocking on a 6. Cursed Undead, 6. Alright, he has to take morale again. And he is going to overcome it with 2 wounds. He is down, he has 2 hit points left. Wolf is going to attack. Hitting on 6s, which are exploding. Okay, that's 2 hits. Blocking on 6s. Cursed Undead. Nope, he is down again. Okay. And the zombies are going to attack Takahashi. 6 attacks, hitting on 5s. That's 1 hit, blocking on a 6. Warding 6. Nope, she is down to 1 wound. Okay. Morale. Okay, first of all, she is striking back. 1 hit. Blocking on a 6. Dead. Come on. Okay, she's still standing. She is going to run over and say, "Damn it! Oh, this hurts. Please, get up." Wait, actually, here's what we are going to... Well, here's what we can do. I don't think she can... Let's see... Okay, might be a long shot. I am going to attempt Battle Rest. Okay, she regains D3 plus 1 and power. She is at full power. Now she is going to take an extra action, an extra skill action. To wake up Stake, which will bring her unconscious. That's a total of 4 power, which will bring her unconscious. Alright, Stake is up to 3 wounds again. He might be able to regenerate. Yep, he regenerates 3 wounds. Alright. Curse Strike. Alright, on the zombies. So that's 3 hits. Alright, they block 2 of them. Alright. Now... Alright, on a 1 to 3, it is... Okay, and then he is going to attack the wolf. And miss. The wolf is going to strike back with 6 attacks, hitting on 6s, and miss everything. Now it is fatigued. And he is going to use 1 power for healing touch on himself. He fails and takes a wound, but now he's going to potentially regain his health. Okay, I misread this. Apparently, yes, Takahashi could have gotten regeneration. Whatever. A lot of misread rules, but let's see how many points he gets back. He is almost at full health, alright. Alright. Wolf 1 is going to attack, hitting on 6s. Oh, that's 4 hits. Block and 6. Cursed Undead, 6. Okay, morale test. Auto pass. Okay. First, Cursed Skeleton hitting on a 5. Second Sword Skeleton hitting on a 5. And Zombie hitting on a 5. Oh no, hitting on a 6. Hitting on 6s. Oh yeah, that's right, he gets to strike back at the wolf. And he gets to strike back at all of them. First of all, wolf. Miss. Skeletons. Miss. Skeleton 1, Skeleton 2. Gets 1 hit. Blocking a 6. Okay, he cuts down 1 skeleton. And then the zombie. Hit. Alright. Almost done. Alright. Self-healing. Alright. He regains. Okay, so he lost, he took damage from failing his test and losing 1 power. But he gained it back, so net nothing. Okay, casting Curse Strike Egg on the wolf. Hit. Blocking on a 5. Cursed Undead, 5. Alright, takes 1 wound. Now he's going to strike at it with his falchion. Oh, that's 2 hits. Blocking on a 6. Cursed Undead, 6. Alright, now he needs to... The wolf needs to take a morale test. Nope, shaken. The wolf can still strike back, but it is exhausted. Wait, 3 attacks. 6 attacks. Alright, now the skeleton. Alright. He can strike back in retaliation. Oh boy. Okay, this is it. Curse Strike on the skeleton. Fail. Self-healing. Succeed. Regains 3 wounds. Strike at the wolf. No. Strike at the skeleton. Hitting on 5s. Miss. Everything. Skeleton is going to strike back. Hits. Doesn't block. Doesn't regenerate. However, I forgot about reanimation. Okay, he does not have to take a morale test yet because he's currently at five. Has 5 wounds left, 5 hit points left. Almost there. He gets to strike back now. Okay. All right. I don't know how many turns this is, but self healing. Fail. But regain that wound he took. Cursed Strike on the skeleton. Hit. AP1 because of Sever. Okay. Okay, that's 1 wound on Cursed Undead on a 6. And now he is going to strike at this wolf. Almost there. Hitting on a 5 on 5s. That's 2 hits. The wolf blocks in 6s, and Cursed Undead on a 6. Finally! Okay. The result, 0 power on both sides. Steak has half his wounds left, and Takahashi is unconscious. God damn. Anyways, we completed the main XP, and let's complete the mission. So, XP gained, gold gained. The goal XP gained this turn is the XP gained primary objective is hazard pay. 5 times the chosen difficulty level. The chosen difficulty level is intermediate, so he gets everyone gets 10 gold. And then the XP they get is double as much XP as the chosen difficulty level. That's 4. Earn as much XP as the chosen difficulty level for completing the secondary objective of Scavenge. That's 2, so 6. And finally, the boss fight. Double as much XP as the chosen difficulty level, so 10. Okay, so basically, Steak has already gone up to level. They've both already gone up to level 4 because it's intermediate difficulty, completed the primary objective. I think. Let me check. Primary objectives are. There are 15 levels in total. Wow. Alright, let's give him +1 skill. Actually, no, let's give him +1 toughness. What can he get? Let me turn on. Okay, so basically, I'm leveling him up now. So I can choose either +1 toughness, basically +1 hit points, or 1 skill. Let's give him. Yeah, let's give him Resurrect. He definitely needs this. Uh, let's give him +1 willpower. So now he hits on his succeeds with will on a 3. And then let's give him +2 toughness. Takahashi, 10 gold. Let's give her 1 skill. Athletics, sprint, shockwave. Let's see. Wait, why is athletics so much better than sprint? So much worse than sprint. Okay, let's give her sprint. That way she can like move with the speed of sound, while combined with a wave step. Now let's give her extra strength, and let's give her quality +1. All right, mission complete. What do I want to equip her with? Item shop. Let's see. Fearless Aura could be really useful, but it wouldn't really fit her because she is kind of a coward herself. I'm going to save the gold. Uh, how about staying? Item shop. 10 gold. Let's give him. I think I'm good. I think we're good. Let's give him. Let's wait until he can get some armor. All right. Well, that was that was my solo RPG session, but yeah, that was really close. I had promised myself that if I failed, I would do the whole thing again. So thank you guys so much for. I know it was a bit of a, I don't know. It was a bit odd because I was explaining a lot of things that might not have made sense on paper. I mean, I would have been prepared to answer questions on. I would have been prepared to answer questions if anyone asked, but I think in my Discord I will post I will post the rules. Speaking of which, I don't actually have a link to the Discord because I'm not really entirely comfortable with I'm probably going to later, but for now I'm a little worried that some of the people who watch the stream might not get along with some of the other people who do. So I'll think about it. But yeah, that was quite fun. I don't mind that not many people were watching because I had a lot of fun. So thank you Mad Lemon, thank you Edo, thank you Gamer, thank you Amanda, thank you Hashim, thank you Gizmo Gizmo, thank you all. Thanks for coming and expect more to come. Oh yeah, wait. But before that, let's. I have an outro. I have an outro of what happens after the mission ends. One, two, three, go. Ay Dios mío. Takashi breathed in exhaustion and pain, wanting to collapse in the middle of the dry steppe. It wasn't supposed to be this way. I mean, it kind of was. Isekais were never supposed to be all waifu harems and overpowered monster curb stomping. But still, the pain, the terror. To be honest, it wasn't all that bad. That fight was a nightmare, but still, she felt like it wasn't as painful as it would have been to Gabriel. Somehow, she had materialized in her new body already somewhat desensitized to violence, along with her inherent skills with the blade. Her memories were still there, but gradually, Gabriel was beginning to fade away. What do we do now? Takahashi demanded, slowly turning to the drained peasant. Stake shrugged. I have a few coins, and I can spare a bit of blood. We should go into town and get some supplies for our journey. Journey? That's right, there was much more of this to come. I'm not sure I can do this. Stake snarled back. And what else are you going to do? You have no memories of this world, no coin, and are stuck in a foreign land as a living among the dead. Huh? Takahashi was taken aback by how brazen the peasant was. But he was right. Well, am I at least going to get anything out of this? That book you summoned me with, does it offer a reward for whatever contract I'm in? Eternal life. What? Eternal life! Stake sighed, realizing he should have mentioned this long ago. The book I took was a grimoire of Shazo Tezyaban, the Stranger. He promised the people of this land eternal life hundreds of years ago, and when they betrayed him, he cursed them with undeath. The grimoire does something like that. It gets power from his patrons from a faraway realm, and grants the summoned one everlasting youth in exchange for completing his side of the contract. Help me find my sister, and it's yours. Eternal life. So many stories had been written in Takahashi's world about it, along with how dire many of the consequences might be. But in reality, who would say no? Certainly not Takahashi. She had never been a fan of her parents' rigid traditional Catholicism and the way it described the immortal soul and its fate. But she had always been scared of the alternative, nothingness after death. Of course, now Takahashi was in a world that perhaps had an afterlife. But did that apply to her, an outsider? To be honest, she didn't want to find out. Fine. If you're not lying and that's what I get at the end of it, might as well tag along. Stake smirked. I figured you'd say that. Takahashi looked him in the eye. But you'd better not be lying to me. Stake shrugged. The time to be afraid of consequences is far past. Takahashi didn't like that answer. But once again, he wasn't wrong. There wasn't much to cling to behind her. Certainly not the forgettable life of Gabriel Lopez Carranza.